Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
LivinLargeLarry.com, Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, and a check on our week's forecast coming up. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that's on the way. Welcome back from the weekend.
The return of football is just around the corner, and what a better way to prime your gridiron pump than to rub shoulders and listen to the stories of a collection of the state's best. Hi everybody, Mick Holdeen here, inviting you to the inaugural induction of the Montana Football Hall of Fame in Billings.
An inaugural induction ceremony will be held August 12th at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. Go to Montana Football Hall of Fame on Facebook. Tickets are available at all Universal Athletic locations or online at bighuddle.com. Best Coupon Magazine, truly in and around Billings, with an issue for different areas around Billings. Coupons that fit where you live. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. If you check your mail from time to time, you'll see it. It's going to show up in your mailbox. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. Check out the new Heights edition. Also the newest Billings Laurel edition is out as well. Hometown Values with practical couponing in the magazine. Hometown Values. It is remodeling time in your home or your office, and the windows are the most aesthetically pleasing area people look. The most important part of your home are your windows and your window treatments. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blindsmt.com with cellular blinds. The woven woods are available. Mini blinds of all sizes and styles and models. Talk to Bobby Gray at All Kinds of Blinds and ask about their security window film as well. All kinds of blinds in Billings. All kinds of blindsmt.com. Our replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number. You're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage. Third-year anniversary celebration for Carrie's Massage Business. 2-part body wraps at $70 the month of August. Normally $95. That'd be good for any 2 body parts that you choose. So you could choose your hips and legs or arms and belly. You can even get your face massage. Yep. It'll help tighten your chin muscles so that little flap of skin that you tend to get will shrink up just a little bit. Carrie's Massage, 928 Broadwater, suite number 204. And how about half-price reflexology massages for $15? Normally cost you $30. The reflexology is just hands and feet. Takes about 30 minutes. Includes a relaxing foot soak as well. Carrie's Massage, 3 years and going strong. 928 Broadwater, suite number 204.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
As we broadcast from the Redline Computer Studios across from Goodwill, West Billings, Montana, and thank you for checking us out on YouTube and the TuneIn smartphone app. And about 1,200 to 1,500 listeners per month stream us. LivinLargeLarry.com. We appreciate that. As we source out KTVQ.com, Color8.com, the Billings Gazette, also state news writer Brian Bennett from the Northern News Network. A glance at our news here. Water rushed down to streets near homes in the Billings Heights, Alkali Creek area on Sunday after a washout occurred at a canal above. The Billings Bench Water Association's canal breached on Saturday and severed the connection for hundreds of farmers who use the water regularly. The canal begins at Laurel and stretches to the northeast end of Shepherd, and roughly 1,200 to 17,000, or the 1,200 residents with 17,000 acres use that canal. It's challenged. As of Sunday, the Roaring Lion Fire south of Hamilton was at a little over 8,200 acres and was 25% contained. The estimated costs to battle the blaze so far are nearly $5.3 million. There's about 745 personnel fighting it, still working the fire. Thunderstorms that came through the region on Saturday brought little relief, as most of the rain, never even hit the ground. Montana wheat farmers are having a bumper crop this year, and the U.S. Department of Agriculture reports that global stocks of wheat will exceed international demand. The end result, though, is that the wheat prices have crashed. Recent statistics show the ratio of farm debt to farm income is at the highest level since the 1980s. And the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears practiced for the first time on their new turf over the weekend at Herb Clint Field in Billings. Sunday's initial fall practice came less than 3 weeks before the team's first game for the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears. Heads up, the Better Business Bureau is warning Montanans about fundraising scams claiming to aid those affected by wildfires in Montana. The Better Business Bureau says that although they haven't had any confirmed scams related to the Roaring Lion fire, they'll keep an eye out and have some questionable fundraising pages. Officials say that crowdfunding sites like GoFundMe have made it a bit easier for scammers to get donations, and they suggest it is better to donate to larger, reputable organizations. A New York man who went hiking with a group in the Beartooth Mountains was found alive and unharmed over the weekend on Sunday. Officials report Robert Schumunk, who's 53, who was last seen by Desolation Lake in the Beartooth on Wednesday, August 3rd, was separated from his group. He was last seen hiking from Island Lake Trailhead to Lulu Pass on a non-established trail. On Sunday, he managed to make his way to Cook City unharmed, had plenty of food and water for several days in the Beartooths. And Olympics, Michael Phelps produced a vintage performance to claim his 19th Olympic gold medal of his career on Sunday. Michael Phelps, 31, he quit the sport after the 2012 games, was back with a bang in Rio. His Team USA eased to victory in the 4x100 meters freestyle relay. Phelps, who produced a stunning second leg, has now won 23 medals in total, extending his record as the most decorated Olympian of all time. And it was the second gold of the night for the U.S. after Katie Ledecky produced an astonishing performance to win gold in the 400-meter freestyle. The 19-year-old smashed her own world record to win in a time of 3:56.46, nearly 5 seconds ahead of her closest rival. Crews responded to 2 separate structure fires in Billings early on Monday morning. Police and fire crews first responded to a call the fire at 2022 Fairway Drive in Billings about 3 in the morning. The fire was originally reported to have started in the guest bedroom in the basement of the home, which is known to have 4 occupants, including 2 kids. No injuries were reported. About 3:20 a.m., crews heard of a structure fire on 56th Street West and Nyebauer Road in Billings. According to Yellowstone County Sheriff's Deputy Matt McCabe, no one was inside the structure. Water tenders gathered water from nearby neighborhoods to fight that fire. The Fawn Fire, which was started by a lightning strike, grew significantly on Saturday night. As of Sunday night, the estimates are that about 915 acres are burning. The fire location in the northwestern section of Yellowstone National Park is visible from Mammoth Hot Springs, Gardner, West Yellowstone, and along Route 191. However, park managers are ensuring everyone that the smoke does not pose a threat. To keep firefighters and visitors safe, though, there have been some closures to campsites along with the Bighorn Pass Trail, and the Fawn Pass Trail will follow the Fawn Fire, Yellowstone National Park, this week here on the show. LivinLargeLarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Our forecast at LivinLargeLarry.com is brought to you by Top Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings across from Shopko. Not a bad week. Low to mid-80s for the first part of the week and mid-80s for the middle part of the week. Heading into Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday, about 85 and 90. Then very little rain in our forecast. A chance of late afternoon, evening thunderstorms throughout the period. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopko in Billings. Free delivery, even one sandwich. And ask about catering at Top Sandwich Company across from Shopko in Billings. And from Keystone Mortgage, across from the pub station in downtown Billings at 2442 First Avenue North. They sponsor the replays of segments on the show like Mayor Call with Mayor Tom Hannell, Billings Mayor, coming up here. Brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in Billings. LivinLargeLarry.com. On YouTube and the TuneIn smartphone app. The Redline Computer Studios next to the Wave Car Wash off King and 29th in Billings. The promise from Brown's Automotive in Billings to continue communications. It's been happening for over 60 years in Billings. Brown's Auto Service on Broadwater. Brown's West Auto Service, corner of Rosebud and 20th in Billings. 2 downtown locations of Brown's Automotive, the Automatic Transmission Company, 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North, and Brown's Rebuild Center downtown at 18th Street North and 2nd Avenue North. Brown's Automotive, BrownsAutoBillings.com. Trained Barber Haircuts, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights, the best $10 haircut ever. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, the official barber for the Livin Large Larry live show. Like him on Facebook, Jim and Austin's Barbershop up in Billings Heights, 2225 Main in the Heights, Jim and Austin's Barbershop. Proud supporters of the JCs. Had scheduled Austin Schlosser from Jim and Austin's Barbershop on the show today, but he's calling in sick. He's got the fishing bug. He's got a catfish tournament coming up. He's taking his boat out today and practicing. So we'll get Austin Schlosser in from Jim and Austin's Barbershop in next week at LivinLargeLarry.com. Had a great time over the weekend at N2 Cryotherapy at 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4, with parents and kids showing up for Think Local and Buy Local at N2 Cryotherapy. Great time. It was fun, and I know Cindy Graff at N2 Cryotherapy was busy all day with extended hours, so thanks for your attendance at that great event in West Billings over the weekend. Cindy Graff and her crew at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4, is excited about the evolution and the growth of N2 Cryotherapy. They've been in Billings, N2 Cryotherapy, since last July, and business is growing. And as of right now, she's targeting athletes, as in high school athletes or college or professional, for the wellness therapy out called cryotherapy. You can learn a little bit more about cryotherapy at n2cryo.com. N2 Cryotherapy, the only one in this region. N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Mayor Tom Hannell and Mayor Colin, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Larry. It's a beautiful day. How are you today?
I'm looking forward to the weekend already. And we do the same thing every time we talk, is we always look forward to the weekend, and I realized why, because we always do this interview towards the end of the week. But I think about the weekends on Mondays. That's the way my mind.
I think about the weekend every day of the week. How does that sound?
Yeah, it keeps you going, too. So a new survey out, Wallet Hub, ranks Billings among U.S. top run cities. And I love these Wallet Hub surveys because they always rank Billings and Montana really high. That's good news.
That's very good news. It's an honor. And let me say this, that it just is a very clear display of good management, good leadership, the proper use of the taxpayers' dollars, very efficient, effective use, and what can I say? Great practices. It certainly is an honor. Yes, it is tied primarily to the financials of the city, be it that we have been recognized for managing our monies in a very smart manner.
And I like it. So thank you to Wallet Hub once again for mentioning Billings, Montana in their surveys. That's pretty cool. So on Monday you had a business meeting. Was it a business meeting or just a city council meeting? Or which one is it described as?
It was a work session Monday evening, and very full agenda. We had our quarterly reports from all the different entities, departments, well, not all of them, but most of them within the city. So a very thorough discussion, very good discussion, and it was a good meeting. Very full agenda, yes.
I was looking at a news publication about a number of Billings City Council members on Monday said they want to include members elected in November 2017, including the new mayor. I go, what? But there is going to be a change.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, you know what that amounts to, Larry. There was a suggestion by one of the newer council persons just came on first of the year, and they thought that we should alter our strategic review process. We do that every 3 to 4 years, and move it up a year so that we could include newly elected persons instead of those that have been on the council and are going off, to include the newly elected ones. And that's good and bad. I mean, I can understand the concept involving new council, get some fresh ideas and input, be it that they're going to be around for a few years.
Well, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think if you exclude those council that have been around, have the experience,
right,
and know how things work, how things operate, they have a good understanding of the personalities, so forth throughout. And let's say, be it that we've been recognized as one of the top cities in the nation, and now Wallet Hub says we're very good at managing our finances. Why would you not want to include the standing guard and exclude them and just have the new guard? I think it's beneficial to use those that have been on the council. But, you know, something, the majority will rule, and I'm sure it's going to be considerable discussion before any decision is made.
And when will that consideration be made? Another meeting coming up?
The action will have to come forward in a form of an initiative.
Okay.
That would be at the next meeting, next Monday night meeting, which is a business meeting. So at the end of the agenda is when council has the opportunity to forward initiatives. And then if the majority agree to put it on the agenda, then it would be on at the following business meeting, so 2 weeks later. So it'll be a while. It's nothing that'll be decided anytime soon.
I know there's a project that you and Robin is near and dear to your heart, and that is the Yellowstone Kelly Interpretive Sites. And the council learned that the $500,000 or so that it'll cost to develop that has been pledged or is mainly in hand already.
And there you go. You know, it is in hand. Well, I think there may be some. I'm not involved in the actual collection, the resource into that project, but the city of Billings put down the initial amount, which was $50,000.
Right.
And that certainly got things going. We had a lot of people jump on board, businesses, private individuals. In a less than 2 years' effort, they reached their goal, and then some, up over $500,000. As your question, Larry, though, I believe some of that money is pledged. However, they're very confident that the pledges will come through. The money will be there as when it's requested. And what a wonderful project, certainly long past due, and to the credit of Yellowstone Kelly and our military. This is something that we should be proud to move forward with and get it completed.
And if things are on schedule, it should be completed by June of 2017, which is exciting.
Very exciting. Yes, it is. Just in time for the tourist season, the visitors, and look forward to sharing all of the ceremonies and the commemorative site with those visitors, indeed.
So I had a note here, and half of it's cut off, and I've been trying to research it, and I'm pretty sure that if I just mention a couple of key words, you'll be able to finish my thought for us, but a pair of security cameras mounted on a nearby cell tower.
Well, you can expect, Larry, with this type of investment and the significance of the site itself, that there will be security, it will be monitored, and we will be certainly keeping an eye on it for any thought of vandalism or anything of that nature, yes.
Okay. Let's talk about Tim Goodridge, the coordinator for the East Billings Urban Renewal District. And he said the property owners are working with the Billings Art Space Project to locate its proposed 40-unit live and work housing projects. And how's that coming along?
You know, Larry, it's in the beginning stages. This has been a topic of discussion for quite some time. Nothing new, a few years actually. And Billings is becoming more and more noted for its cultural arts activities, and of course the arts in itself. The Yellowstone Art Museum is becoming a very popular spot, getting a lot of attention. So there's been talk of a art complex somewhere in the eastern part of Billings, where artists can live and work, show off their work, invite guests. People can stop in and visit, participate as they may be able to. So an art space is certainly something that's very common in a lot of cities across the country, and seems to be a lot of support growing for such a a facility here in Billings. So I'm excited, and I hope that they're successful.
All right, Mayor Tom Hannell with this Mayor Call. And a little bit of fun. Montana Fair at Metro Parks campus coming up, begins on Friday, August 12th. What is Mayor Tom Hannell and Robin's favorite ride and favorite fair food that you look forward to every year?
Well, I don't know if there's any particular favorite ride. You know, I used to get on every one of them I could at one time. But, you know, I don't know as if we're going to really say much there. I suppose Ferris wheel is always something that we've enjoyed over the years. We don't always have that opportunity to go on.
Now, I'll ride the Ferris wheel, but I'll watch how I will not. I'll ride the Ferris wheel, but I will not ride the zipper anymore. I will watch the riders on the zipper, however.
There, you're a smart man. You know, we do. You say intelligence does grow with age. What can I say? So I think that's a very good decision. I'm with you. I'll watch the zipper from a distance, but those days are behind me now.
And when you and Robin go to the fair, Montana Fair in particular, what do you guys like to do and snack on?
You know, it's really a little bit of everything. The Norwegian food's always good. You know, we enjoy that activity. I look around, I can't find much for German food, so that gets pretty hard to find. But it's just more of the social aspect more than anything, Larry. Opportunity to go down and thank people for attending the fair, see friends that you don't see too often, and check out the exhibits, especially the 4-H farm ranch activity. That's always something of interest to us. So just looking forward to having a good time.
And Carrie and I always go for the a couple of cobs of corn with a nice ice-cold cup of beer.
There you go. There you go. I can't argue with that one in the least. Sounds like a plan.
Montana Fair, August 12th through August 20th. Appreciate your time, Mayor Tom Hannell and Mayor Call this morning. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Larry. You have a great day, and tell your lovely wife hello, and we'll visit again soon.
We'll do that.
Okay.
No disrespect to the industry, but there seems to be coupons for everything. And if you want the real coupon magazine, Hometown Values Coupon Magazine, a coupon book you can read, and practical couponing. Hometown Values, check them out. Different Hometown Values magazines for each part of the city. Hometown Values, Billings and Laurel. Log on to myhometownvalues.com.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Coming up, we'll have a talk with a revisit talk with Rick Helmus with Big Huddle, talking about the big Montana Hall of Fame event. It's coming up on Friday. It's coming up August 12th. A little bit here. LivinLargeLarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings. A look at our news here. The roaring lion fire calms down a little bit. I'm Livin' Large Larry. A mostly quiet day on a western Montana wildfire allowed firefighters to advance containment and make it safe for the residents of about 400 homes to return to the area. The roaring lion fire, which started southwest of Hamilton on Sunday, has burned just over 12 square miles, 14 homes included. It was 15% contained as of Friday morning. The residents of more than 600 homes had been evacuated, but on Thursday, residents of 400 homes were told they could return, but thunderstorms and wind are possible on Friday afternoon, off and on for the weekend, which could increase fire behavior. New Montana K-12 health and physical education standards for public schools adopted in July hope to address some looming health issues in Montana. They include the fact that from 2008 to 2010, 41% of Montana's 18 to 24-year-olds were overweight or obese. Montana has one of the highest teen suicide rates in the nation as well, which is a compelling reason. The new standards focus more attention on mental health. The standards were last updated about 17 years ago. Officials have identified the body of the 29-year-old helicopter pilot who crashed near Lafayette, Louisiana on Wednesday as that of Casey Clark of Great Falls. Investigators found the wreckage Thursday morning and recovered Clark's body a short time later. Law enforcement in Billings asking for the public's help in finding Wallace Doney, who walked away from a Billings pre-release center. He should not be approached because he is facing a 10-year sentence now for felony escape. Yellowstone County Democrats have selected Robin Driscoll Chuck Tooley and Dave Wanzen-Reed as the three finalists vying to succeed County Commissioner Bill Kennedy, who left office July 31st. 5 candidates faced nearly 2 hours of questions at Wednesday's forum before the decision was made on those three. Governor Steve Bullock is airing his first television advertisement of the 2016 election during Olympic coverage over the next 2 weeks. Campaign manager Eric Hires told the press that the ad will begin airing during the opening ceremonies on Friday on NBC stations statewide. Wildlife managers are considering changes to the hunting and slaughter of bison that leave Yellowstone National Park after past efforts failed to achieve population and reduction goals. Roughly 600 park bison were killed during the past winter, including through shipments to slaughter and hunting by American Indians and state-licensed hunters. That still wasn't enough to trim the size of the Yellowstone herds. Billings' energy sector is set to lose around 100 jobs as SM Energy announced it would close its office in Billings as part of a plan to sell oil and gas operations in other states. Patty Errico says the Billings office will shut down November 1st. And authorities have found a Montana teen who had been missing since early Wednesday, and the man suspected of abducting her has been taken into custody. The Montana Department of Justice canceled the Amber Alert issued for 16-year-old Sandy Moore of Sheridan, Montana, after she was found safe in Casper on Thursday evening. Officers got a lead to their whereabouts after Moore's WIC benefits card was used in Du Bois. Casper police spotted Zahn's vehicle and made a traffic stop. Montana authorities say that Zahn is required to register as a violent offender after an aggravated assault conviction in Beaverhead County back in 2012. The state's violent offender registry says Zahn was overdue to verify his address. State, regional news, and sports. I'm Livin Large Larry. Our forecast at livinlargelarry.com is brought to you by Top Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings across from Shopko. Not a bad week. Low to mid-80s for the first part of the week and mid-80s for the middle part of the week. Heading into Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday, about 85 and 90. Then very little rain in our forecast, a chance of late afternoon, evening thunderstorms throughout the period. Top Sandwich Company, across from Shopko in Billings. Free delivery, even one sandwich. And ask about catering at Top Sandwich Company, across from Shopko in Billings. And coming up, a talk with Rick Halmus for a huge event coming up. The Billings Hotel and Convention Center this coming Friday night, the 12th of August. Montana's Hall of Fame.
The return of football is just around the corner, and what a better way to prime your gridiron pump than to rub shoulders and listen to the stories of a collection of the state's best. Hi everybody, Mick Holdeen here, inviting you to the inaugural induction of the Montana Football Hall of Fame in Billings.
An inaugural induction ceremony will be held August 12th at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. Go to Montana Football Hall of Fame on Facebook. Tickets are available at all Universal Athletic locations or online at bighuddle.com. Third-year anniversary celebration for Carrie's Massage Business. 2-part body wraps at $70 the month of August, normally $95. That'd be good for any 2 body parts that you choose. So you could choose your hips and legs or arms and belly. You can even get your face massage. Yep, it'll help tighten your chin muscles so that little flap of skin that you tend to get will shrink up just a little bit. Carrie's Massage, 928 Broadwater, suite number 204. And how about half-price reflexology massages for $15? Normally cost you $30. The reflexology is just hands and feet. Takes about 30 minutes. Includes a relaxing foot soak as well. Carrie's Massage, 3 years and going strong. 928 Broadwater, suite number 204.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Keystone Mortgage is a sponsor of our replays on the show. Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings, at the new location right across the street from the pub station. Ask about their new loan tracker. You can see everything, including rates, lock dates, personal notes, and documentation. It's private to you. The loan tracker through Keystone Mortgage Company in Billings, downtown. Rick Halmus with us, chairman of the Big Huddle. And just a brief background of how the Big Huddle started, Rick, and and when it started and how it's grown since then.
Well, it was an original idea of a gentleman by the name of Gene Brozovic that was a businessman around Billings. A lot of people know Gene from golf courses or supporting football, especially University of Montana football. Even though he played at Eastern Montana College in the 60s, he was kind of a throwback. He was one of the last players that went both ways at a time when Eastern Montana College was pretty good. Matter of fact, when we talk about the Football Hall of Fame, I'll give you a little background on the schools. But he said, that we really didn't have an alumni group. They dropped football up there in '78 at Eastern Montana College, now MSUB. He said we need to get together every year for players because there's no other forum. So the Big Huddle was created to just unite football alumni, but then it became all school alumni. So we've grown to about 400 members, I think, in 9 years. And of course, we lost Gene in 2011, so it's kind of fallen on the rest of us now.
All right, let's talk about Rick Helmus just for a second. You probably don't like to talk about yourself, but give us some of Rick's background. What are you all about?
Well, that could be kind of a short conversation, Larry.
That's all right.
Belt, Montana. Grew up on a ranch. My life changed when a gentleman by the name of Sonny Holland, that's actually one of the inductees to the Montana Football Hall of Fame next week, when he showed up in Great Falls in 1966, I had a friend that was going to Great Falls High School while I was out at Bell Valley High School and said, hey, would you like to come to Great Falls High and play? Well, I had 5 guys that were going to, play football out there in my class, and the Mighty Thunder and Herd sounded great, so I went to Great Falls High my senior year, and that's how I ended up coming to Eastern Montana College as a walk-on, and of course it turned out very well there for 4 years. And then I found out about rodeo, and I professionally was a steer wrestler for a while. Wanted to be a teacher and coach. Didn't know if I liked the politics of the educational system at the time. Matter of fact, I had a principal suggest that I might think of something else because I wanted to discipline a set of parents one day. So I didn't coach, went back to ranching, and then sold the ranch in 90 and moved to Billings and have been here ever since. And this is one of the projects I love to work on.
So I was a Bison, too. I played, I went to high school in Great Falls at Great Falls High for a couple of years back in the 70s.
Oh, you good man, you.
Yeah, I was a Bison for a couple of years and moved to Frenchtown, Montana. Let's talk about the Montana Hall of Fame. This is a big deal coming up, big party coming up next week.
It is a big deal, and if you can imagine that it was an idea on May 1st, and where we've come to now to induct 13 players Friday, August 12th over at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center, and the fact that without any advertising, we sold 15 tables so far, just word of mouth and social media.
How cool, yeah.
It's incredible, but here's what we found. This is where it gets pretty interesting. Larry, there's 140 kids that we found so far that have gone from the University of Montana into professional football. There's about 70 at Montana State. There were 10 from Eastern Montana College in a 12-year period. There's 3 from Carroll, 2 from Rocky and Tech, and 1 from Western that have gone on to the NFL that we've found. Now, what we're hoping is that people that come to the event and see the magazine. We have a 50-page glossy magazine with all of this information in it. It's really cool, and we've really got to thank our advertisers for that. But we're hoping people look that stuff up and say, hey, so-and-so is missing from 1932.
Yes, I'm sure there are a few gaps as of this date, but I mean, you're talking big. Give us some of the big names like Mitch Donahue and Jan Stenerud, who you're very familiar with.
Absolutely. We start out, one of the more interesting stories is going to be the first inductee, Harvey Munford. He was the first black athlete from any school in Montana, basketball player here. And, to put it in context, he made his living jumping up high enough to take dimes off the top of a backboard. I mean, he was a phenomenal athlete, but he was a basketball player. But he was the fastest guy on the team, so the Los Angeles Rams said, here's a guy 6'9", that fast. We're going to recruit him to block kicks. So he went to the NFL for the Rams in '65, later played for the Los Angeles Lakers in the basketball team. But he'll be the first inductee. Then Jan Stenerud, and you're right, he's in Canton. He's an automatic in Montana. But it really gets interesting from there. The Lazatich family from Billings, Bill Millen and Pete Lazatich are going to be inducted as a family. Karen Moses here in town is going to talk about her father, Bill Lazatich. And Millen's daughter, Milana from Bozeman, will be here. But then it goes to later on in the decade to Brian Salonen, Pat Donovan, Mitch Donahue. Donahue Roofing did a wonderful thing. They bought 30 footballs, so all the inductees are going to sign these footballs, and they'll be available to the audience that night. We're going to have a raffle, and people are going to leave with 30 signed footballs.
Oh, that's cool.
And then Dave Dickinson, again, he did his. I've seen his video acceptance speech, and you talk about one humble guy. It's a pretty incredible speech. And then Tuff Harris and Chris Horn from Rocky Mountain College kind of round out the 13. There are two, Sonny Holland and Kane Ione, two Bobcats for a service category that the selection committee came up with that are also going to be inducted. But it's quite a night. Those speeches it's going to be, in my opinion, the premier football banquet of the year.
That'll be some emotions as well. And give us the bullet points, where, when, what time, how people can get tickets, and how we can help you out, Rick.
The NFL celebrities are going to start coming into town Wednesday night. They're going to play at a golf tournament with a lot of the football alum from Eastern on Thursday. I think there's one golf team spot left. If anybody's interested, they can call me, and that's 208-8142.
So give us dates. So next Thursday would be August 11th?
Oh, that's 11th. And then the banquet starts where there's a tour for anybody that's in town. First of the Rockies' new facilities, Rocky Mountain College. They are absolutely gorgeous, the new field up there. Then we're going to go to Tara Kiedis Fine Art Gallery downtown because of his affiliation with football. Then the banquet, the reception really starts at 5 o'clock out at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center at 5, so that people with kids that want to have them taking pictures with the celebs or people that know the celebs and want to socialize can. The banquet starts at 6 sharp so that we can get through all the acceptance speeches. Universal Athletics is selling tickets, and they really stepped up to the plate, Larry, because they're going to host a permanent exhibit at their new store in Bozeman on North 7th. So every one of the inductees is going to have a display on an easel when they're called up, and they're going to be given a Hall of Fame jacket from Montana, and they are really cool.
What about on social?
Quite a night.
What about on social media, Facebook, website, for people to look up more information on this, because we can't possibly get everything in during this talk here.
No, but you're sure doing a great job of it.
No, you're doing all the work.
We have a Facebook page, a Montana Football Hall of Fame, or you can go to Big Huddle, and there's a link there, and there's also a request for tickets there. But Universal Athletics in all 7 major locations in Montana, the 7 cities, Universal Athletic is also selling tickets, so folks can get them. And I would recommend they do it soon.
Yeah.
15 tables pre-sold without any advertising. And I know we got 2 more requests early this week, so it will sell out.
Congratulations. August 12th, the big night coming up. And Rick Helmus with us, chairman of Big Huddle. And what an exciting time coming up, and I appreciate the time.
If you have not tried cryotherapy, then here in Billings you can now, since last July. Cindy Graff and her staff at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4. If you're an athlete or if you just work out, if you're elderly and have the aches and pains, try cryotherapy. If you log on to the website, you'll learn a lot about what cryotherapy is all about and how it can help you as well. N2 Cryotherapy in Billings, N2cryo.com.
I get my haircut every 6 weeks from Jim and Austin's Barber Shop in Billings Heights at 2225 Main Street in the Heights. The best $10 haircut you'll ever have. And Jim and Austin's Barber Shop, they're trained to be barbers. Basic haircut, $10, 10 minutes in and out. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Billings Heights, and like them on Facebook, Jim and Austin's Barbershop in Billings Heights.
Hi, this is John Lagerquist, the voice of the Carroll College Fighting Saints for 25 years. I'm very excited about the new Montana Football Hall of Fame. Every NFL player from a Montana school since 1926 will one day be eligible for induction. Those like Carroll's Casey Fitzsimmons and over 100 others. Plan to be in Billings for the first induction class on August 12th. Listen close for ticket information.
Tickets are available at all Universal Athletic locations and at bighuddle.com.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.